So I'm originally from Karachi, Pakistan. I've lived there most of my life, and now I'm studying in Ankara, Turkey, and I'm studying at Bilkent University here.
Okay. So what major are you studying right now?
I'm studying economics. I always had a passion for math, but I didn't see myself doing a degree in it. And
hmm
so economics felt like a close substitute. And when I finally got to study it in my A levels, it was really interesting for me. So I thought
hmm
I should pursue it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So when did you first come to Turkey?
I came just 6 months ago. This is my first year. So I started in September of 2022. So it's
Okay.
been 5 and 6 months. So I'm still
hmm
relatively new here,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So how do you like living in Turkey so far? And I'm pretty sure there are differences between Turkey and Pakistan. So
a lot here.
yeah, definitely. So what was your first experience when you first came to Turkey, and how do you manage to adjust with everything right now?
So as you said, of course, there are differences, but it's kind of ideal because that's exactly what I was looking for. Now, I felt like I've taken what I could take from my city, Karachi. I've absorbed it all and I've lived the life there. And I wanted a change now. I wanted something new to try and sort of go beyond the hedges. And so that's why it felt like, although like our cultures are somewhat similar, and
hmm
that sort of gives me an ease to, I won't be thrown into a whole different world, but I wanted some kind of some degree of change. And I think that's exactly what I got here. Not too much, not too little. So
hmm
Turkey till now has been amazing. Um, I've had multiple amazing experiences. The campus is very friendly. Now things get a bit tricky when I have to go outside of the campus
hmm
because not everyone speaks English. But I
Okay.
think it's understandable because I cannot expect them to. So it's kind of tricky to sort of maneuver and get your way around the city. But I like it because you're hand gesturing and you're doing all sorts of things just to make sure
hmm
that people understand you. But they're very friendly and they try and help you out however they can. Especially they love it when you try and speak their language. And
hmm
I've been trying to learn Turkish, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it, so I can make basic conversation. And now it's getting easier by the day. But inside the campus, life is very fun, full of activity. Everyone's trying to help. Everyone can speak English, so it's much easier as well. And up till now, it's been an amazing experience. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. So was it difficult to learn Turkish?
So I've learned the basics only, and no, it
Uh-huh.
was not. I already know like 3.5 languages, so it's just like there's like so much going on in there, and I kind
Uh-huh.
of like switch between languages when I'm trying to speak. But it's not. It's actually one of the easiest languages to learn because once you get hold of the basics, it's quite under the same things. There's not many exceptions to it.
Mm.
So I quite enjoy it. Plus, I'm a keen fan of Turkish literature, Turkish history, and
Yeah.
I want to read it in Turkish literature as well. So it's sort of I have this incentive, this motive to sort of learn the language anywhere.
Mm.
The thing about Turkish people is that they don't converse in English. Like in my country, you normally converse with your friends in English, even though you have
Yeah.
your like languages. So in order to be comfortable with them, in order for them to be comfortable with you, you would rather speak in their language.
Mm.
So that's why you learn more and more because you hear it everywhere and you try and speak it to your friends as well. So it's easier to learn it and it's a simple language anyway, but it's much more beneficial if you know the language over here. English is
Yeah.
not that commonly used.
Yeah, for sure. I think when you're traveling abroad, especially if you live abroad, it is always going to make your life easier if you learn the local language, right? You
I
can get
completely agree.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get around anywhere. All right. So I'm also curious, like, why did you specifically choose Turkey as your study destinations? And did you maybe have any other plans before, or like, why did you finally ended up studying in Turkey?
Sure. It's kind of it's a long story in the sense that I was actually never not looking forward to going anywhere at all because I was
Mm,
very content with my life. I started working early on. I work as a teacher, so I had where I was studying in Pakistan. I had my own institute, and I was very content with how everything was going on. So I thought I would, naturally progress my education over here. I would
mm,
maybe go to universities in Karachi. As it turned out that I got a result much better than what I expected. And so it made a lot of sense for me to sort of at least try for these scholarships abroad or at least try for these opportunities abroad.
yeah.
And that's when I actually started thinking about maybe, okay, what about life abroad and what about a university? And where do I actually want to go if I want to go somewhere? And I came to the conclusion that for my undergraduate, especially, because Europe does not offer much, a lot of English degrees. So if
Yeah.
it came down to maybe the English speaking countries or Turkey, because it allowed me this English degree at one of the great universities.
Mm,
I've always heard about Bilkent because a lot of my friends been there and they used to describe it amazingly. They said it was the
mm,
best university. And now I finally feel like it is, they were right, it is the best university. And so Turkey presented like an option which was not too far away, but not too close from home as well, as I discussed previously. Also, it was very lenient with its finances, with its scholarships, and that was obviously worth considering. Apart from that, I'd heard so much about it. There's already a little Pakistani community over here as well that I thought I would
Yeah.
gel in. And so, I found like the things I wanted to, and also the things that I knew for me. I found everything over here.
Mm.
So yeah, it came with the whole package. It was easy to afford, yet it was challenging in its nature of academics. And then it was a new language, which I always wanted to do. And last but not the least, I'm really interested in Turkish history. So what better place to study it than in Turkey?
Yeah, so yeah, it's really nice to hear that you have all these amazing experiences in Turkey. So you mentioned that your university was indeed giving you the best experience. So can you like maybe elaborate more about that? Share a little bit more about your study experiences there?
Here in Turkey?
Yeah, in your
Okay, sure.
university.
Sure, of course. So now I did not know what to expect because I've not been part of, I did not had not been part of the Turkish education system before.
Yeah.
But it was just like everything I expected from countries, maybe like even US or UK.
Mm.
So everything that you would want from a university, you have these rigorous academics, you have these amazing, brilliant students all competing for the same grades, all competing for the high scores.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have this, the very soft, very polite nature to everything. You don't have to, you're not pushed around to sort of make sure that you compete properly. Everyone try and helps you out. And I know it sounds
Mm.
like a cliche, everyone tries to help you out, but it actually is kind of like that. Plus, apart from the classroom, you have all these academic extracurricular activities that you're going on that you can always partake in. Especially for me, I've always been a very spirited soul in these kind of things. I've
Mm.
always participated in so humanitarian efforts. I was, I was heading the president of my society back in my country in school, and I always wanted to continue that effort. And I've thought, and this university has provided me the best opportunities to take this on another level with more funding, with more opportunities, with more guidance. I'm also interested in the physical side of things. So there's a sports hall for everything, which is perfectly, cared for, perfectly managed. I've never had a swimming pool 5 feet from me. Sorry,
Mhm.
10, 12 meters from me, and having that luxury just feels amazing. uh it has one of the greatest libraries, so it's like everything that you would want back to do with this one tiny space, and it's just up to you to sort of take use of that. And I hope that I've made the best use of that. And apart from just facilities, the people here would show you an amazing time. They know how to have fun, they know how to make you friendly, they know how to make you comfortable. And Turkey is an amazing place to stay in because it's, first of all, so beautiful. The winter here
Yeah,
is
it
harsh,
is.
but it's amazing. I'd never seen winter before, and it was a proper winter before because like it doesn't get much cold in Pakistan. So seeing snow for the first time here and sliding through it, and just taking part in all the activities that I'd never been presented before. So yeah, it's been quite a dream.
Yeah, it is indeed amazing. I've seen pictures of Cappadocia before.
Cappadocia,
And yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly. It is very, very beautiful. And yeah, it must be exciting to visit there someday.
Definitely.
And
I've traveled as much as I can.
mhm,
So even though I've only been here a short time, but my traveling experiences have been nothing short of amazing.
that's great. So I was also wondering about the international students. Like, were there many international students studying in your university? And like, if you know, like, where are these students coming from?
Sure. So now I have a lot of interaction with other international students because it's because the dorms are first of all close by, and what they do is
Mm,
that they have especially certain dorms for Erasmus students, and then of course in other full-time international students are spread throughout the campus.
mhm,
But the bulk of it mostly comes from, well, the bulk of it stays in the dorms near you, so you get to know everyone and you get to become friends with everyone.
mhm.
So international students here are, there's quite a quantity. It's not like I think there's at least like 10%, 8% students here
Okay.
are international. And since most of them live in the dorm, it feels more even than that. So of course you won't feel isolated. You won't feel like, I'm different from the majority because of course there's people just like you who feel exactly like
Yeah,
you. And they're
exactly.
again amazing people who just want to, you can relate to, you can talk to and have fun with. Other than that, there's always this change of Erasmus students coming every 6 months. So you see new faces, new people, and maybe, you find your best friends, or you find people they're very interesting. So there's always an influx of international students that you can interact with. Other than that, they mostly come from, I have some friends from Erasmus students, some friends from here from France. I recently had a friend from Spain. Now, the full-time students are ones from Russia, some are from Turkmenistan, so these Central Asian countries, some South Asian countries as well, and somewhere in Europe. You don't see much from North America or Australia and that sort, but places near Europe, near Asia, you get a lot of influx of students from there.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty interesting demographic, right? I mean, they come from like Central Asia and Europe. You can still experience a lot of different cultures and, talk to different people and see different beliefs,
Exactly. And
different points of
embarrassingly
views.
so, exactly. And embarrassingly so, I've met people that are from countries that I did not know existed.
Oh,
So it was
yeah.
it was an awkward first interaction. They told me I'm from here, and I was like, is that a country? Is that a city?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's just so many people from so many different countries. It's just it really makes you aware of how vast the world is, and how much is going on in there, and how much you can learn from these people, and how different they are from you, but at the same time they're the same because you're all human beings and stuff.
Exactly,
And the
exactly.
demographic, as you mentioned, is interesting for Turkey as well, because it's in the middle of Europe and
Yeah.
Asia. So then again, has a part of both of them, and
Yeah.
so I feel like it's perfectly balanced.
So I also had similar interesting experience like that. So when I was studying there in China, and then seeing people coming from different parts of the world, sometimes that's when it hits you, right? Is this even a country? Like, I don't even know that it existed until I saw people coming from there. So
Yeah,
I think, yeah, studying abroad really gives you like a different perspective to things. And then it just open your eyes to new things, to new experiences, and also to new people. So
I agree.
after studying abroad for several months right now, so what do you think are the benefits that you feel about studying abroad?
First of all, I'm more of the kind of person I am. I always look for adventure, in the sense that it's out of the ordinary, or out of my comfort zone.
Mhm,
And so I think there's nothing better than studying abroad to sort of actually gain that experience, because you have no idea what you're going to experience. The experiences is beyond your imagination, because you've never seen
mhm,
this place before. And so all the things you experience, they really add to your personality. They really uh, show you a different side of the world. And that's something that you cannot, of course, do in your own country, because you have kind of, you have done the pattern over and over again, and you always know what you're expecting, or somewhat know what you're expecting. So, you get thrown into a very different kind of life. Now it's up to you how to make the best use of that life.
mhm,
So for me, it was just, complete change of scenario, and everything started new. And like, you're this new person who can, achieve whatever they want. Other than that, there's amazing people all around. You never know, what amazing best friend you're going to get from maybe Turkmenistan or Kazakhstan. And so it's just that you're able to do much more than you're able to do in your own country, and interact with a lot more people than you are able to before. And that, as you said, really expands your mind, really expands your horizons,
yeah.
because, you get shared a lot of different perspective. You learn from a lot of people. You see a lot of different kinds of lifestyles, and that really, of course, has an impact, and a very positive impact for me. Other than that, it's a very reputable degree, especially the degree that I'm doing is very reputed in this, the university and the degree both
Mhm,
is very reputed in this country. So of course, they respect the education that you get, and so of course you'll be treated properly once you get done after your graduation. And I've always had this idea of doing my master's from somewhere in Europe, and I think
mhm,
studying in Turkey really paves a path for me to do that easily. And
mhm.
so that's why it made sense for me, and I'm gaining a lot from this country as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I think one final questions here. Do you have any tips or advice for future international students? And if you
Many.
don't, yeah, so and if you don't mind, you can share your tips in English, and also you can share your tips in your local language in Pakistani, so that like the other Pakistani students can benefit from it. They can hear your stories and your tips as well.
Of course, yeah, sure. Okay, I don't speak my language here a lot, because you don't get the chance. So I might sound a bit awkward, but of course I'll do that. All right. So first of all, um, what you want to do here, especially in Turkey, is just learn the basics of the language beforehand. Before coming
Yeah.
here, you just try, take out a month and you learn all the basics that you can. This will help
Mm,
you out so much because everything will be easier. Now, you don't need to fully learn everything about the language to really make your way here. You just, you can use your hand gestures and some of the basic words, and that'll get you wherever you want to go. And that'll make the starting months much, much more easier for you, and you'll be able to gel in easily. Secondly, and I think that goes for all international students, keep an open mind. Of course, it takes a lot of time to settle in because you're in this new environment. You have no idea what's going on. People, of course, are friendly to you, but they're not there for you all the time, and they cannot really understand you
yeah.
because you come from a different culture, from a different sense of from a different understanding. So you really need to keep an open mind to sort of, take your chances whenever, if you get a chance to socialize, to go out, to make friends. Of course, every time, take it every time, because it always leads to amazing experiences, always.
Mm,
Secondly, if you have opportunities that university are giving you, partake in it. It may not sound very interesting in the start, but it ends up to being like quite appealing. And even if it does
mhm.
not work out that way, at least you'll have an experience that you can learn from, or if you don't want to participate in it again, that's up to you. But definitely just do everything once to see how it is. It does not take much effort. The university is, of course, going to make it very easy for you to participate in things, to compete in things, but whatever is present, just go for it. And again, be social, try and take use of every opportunity that you get. And also students, and that's personally for me, is just like, have a certain set of how you're going to manage your finances, because you get very
Mm,
excited as soon as you come abroad.
yeah.
It's just, everything sounds amazing and you want to have everything. And of course you should do that because you deserve it. But it's just like, think a bit carefully about, how I'm going to manage my finances, how I'm going to
Yeah.
manage my time, because these things can get out of hand very quickly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's I agree. I
Okay.
agree.
And so for my friends in my country, बस ये करना है कि जितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिले उनको यूज करना है, जितना टाइम बाहर जा सकते हो उतना टाइम बाहर जाना है, दोस्त बनाने, एंड सिंपल आराम से उनसे बात करनी है. देयर इज नो नीड टू बी, कोई जरूरत नहीं है कि डॉम में पूरे दिन बैठे रहो या लैपटॉप यूज करते रहो. आराम से बाहर जाके देखना है कि दोस्त कितने, कहाँ पे अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, कहाँ जा सकते हो, जो जो यूनिवर्सिटी में मिल रहा है उन सारी चीज़ों को यूज करना है. एंड पैसों का बहुत ख्याल रखना है और अपने टाइम को भी बचा के रखना है. ऑफ कोर्स क्लास में टाइम देना है, लेकिन क्लास के बाहर भी बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें करने के लिए, तो उसको भी इंजॉय करना है.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Did you
so
understand any
much.
of that?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, I didn't understand any of that. But I heard there are some English words,
There are some English
yeah,
words.
in
So
the
the
middle,
way we
yeah.
kind of use it is that there's like a mix. So some
Mhm.
words we use in English because it's, yeah.
Oh, oh, that's interesting to know.
I mean, my language has its own word, but like the normal, the teenagers kind of like use, I mean, I think the target audience would much rather use those words in English
Mhm.
as well. Anyway,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think it's similar to my language as well. Like people in Indonesia, like exactly like what you say, we have certain words for certain things, but then, the younger
You
generations just
translate
use
back to your own
English.
language, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay,
see.
so yeah. So thank you for the amazing tips, Haziq. So that's a good reminder for international students to always seize your opportunities, especially when you're abroad. You should make the best out of it. You shouldn't like waste any time, any of the experiences that are offered in front of you. But at the same time, don't forget to be responsible in every of your actions that you're doing so that you can still make the best out of it.
I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Haziq. It's been really fun talking to you and hearing your experiences studying in Turkey. I hope you're happy, and also I hope you're safe in Turkey, and also you can continue your studies really well there.
Likewise, it was nice to meet you and it was nice to talk to you.
Okay, thank you. I think that's the end of
Bye-bye.
our interview. Bye bye.